So tonight we're reading in a portion from Bhagavatam 5.18.9 purport. If you have a smartphone, you can 5.18.9 Bhagavatam. We'll be reading a portion of that purport tonight.
Šodien mēs lasīsim daļu no Šrimad Bhagavatam 5.18.9.
So tonight we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.9.
Tātad šokar mēs lasām no Šrimad Bhagavatam 5. dziedojuma.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Svastayastu Vishvashakala Prasidatam Dayanta Bhutani Shivam Matodaya Manashcha Badrang Bhajatam Madokshajeya Veshatam No Matarapyahaitaki. Translation. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing bhakti yoga, for by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thoughts of Him. Purport. And the following verse describes a Vaishnava. Vanchakopatarubhyascha kripasindubhya evacha patitanang bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Just like a desire tree, a Vaishnava can fulfill all the desires of anyone who takes shelter of his lotus feet. Prahlad Maharaj is a typical Vaishnava. He prays not for himself, but for all living entities, the gentle, the envious, and the mischievous. He always thought of the welfare of mischievous persons like his father Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad Maharaj did not ask for anything for himself. Rather, he prayed for the Lord to excuse his demoniac father. This is the attitude of a Vaishnava, who always thinks of the welfare of the entire universe. Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Dharma are meant for persons who are completely free of envy, Paramanirmatsaranam. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays in this verse, Kala Prasidatam. May all envious persons be pacified. The material world is full of envious persons. But if one frees himself of envy, he becomes liberal in his social dealings and can think of others' welfare. Anyone who takes up Krishna consciousness and engages himself completely in the service of the Lord cleanses his mind of all envy. Manashchabhadram bhajatam madokshaje. Therefore, we should pray to Lord Nrsingadev to sit in our hearts. We should pray, Bakhir Nasingho Hridaye Nasingha. Let Lord Nrsingadev sit in the core of my heart, killing all of my bad propensities. Let my mind become clean, so that I may peacefully worship the Lord and bring peace to the entire world. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti has given us a very fine purport in this regard. Whenever one offers a prayer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one always requests some benediction from Him. Even pure Nishkam devotees pray for some benediction, as instructed by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Shikshashtaka. Ainanda tanuja kin karang patitang mang vishame bhavam buddho kripayata padda pankajastita duli saddisham vachintaya. Shikshastakam 5. O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from the ocean of birth and death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. In another prayer, Lord Chaitanya says, Mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhaktir rahaitaki tvai. Shikshastaka 4. Life after life, kindly let me have unalloyed love and devotion at your Lordship's lotus feet. When Prahlad Maharaj chants Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya, he prays for a benediction from the Lord, but because he is also an exalted Vaishnava, he wants nothing for his personal sense gratification. The first desire expressed in his prayer is Svastayastu Vishvasya. Let there be good fortune throughout the entire universe. Prahlad Maharaj has thus requested the Lord to be merciful to everyone, including his father, a most envious person. According to Chanakya Pandit, there are two kinds of envious living entities. One is a snake, and the other is the man, like Hiranyakashipu, who is by nature envious of everyone, even of his father or son. Hiranyakashipu was envious of his little son Prahlad, but Prahlad Maharaj asked a benediction for the benefit of his father. Hiranyakashipu was very envious of devotees, but Prahlad wished that his father and other demons like him would give up their envious nature by the grace of the Lord and stop harassing the devotees. Kala prasidatam. The difficulty is that the kala, envious living entity, is rarely pacified. One kind of kala, the snake, can be pacified simply by mantras or by the action of a particular herb. Mantra shadal vasha sapa kalakena nirvaryate. An envious person, however, cannot be pacified by any means. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays that all envious persons may undergo a change of heart and think of the welfare of others. If the Krishna consciousness movement spreads all over the world, and if by the grace of Krishna everyone accepts it, the thinking of envious people will change. Everyone will think of the welfare of others. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, Shivang Mato Diya. In material activities, everyone is envious of others. But in Krishna consciousness, no one is envious of anyone else. Everyone thinks of the welfare of others. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays that everyone's mind may become gentle by being fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. Bhajatad dadokshaje. As indicated elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Mana Krishna Pada Ravindayo, Bhagavatam 9.418. And as advised by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana Mamad Bhakta. One should constantly think of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Then one's mind will be certainly cleansed. Chaitodarpana marjanam. Materialists always think of sense gratification, but Prahlad Maharaj prays that the Lord's mercy will change their minds and they will stop thinking of sense gratification. If they think of Krishna always, everything will be all right. Some people argue that if everyone thought of Krishna in that way, then the whole universe would be vacated because everyone would go back home, back to Godhead. However, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says that this is impossible because the living entities are innumerable. If one set of living entities is actually delivered by the Krishna consciousness movement, another set will fill the entire universe. Translation? You don't have a translation?
I must translate them online. Okay?
You don't have the ability to translate it as you read it?
No. So, no, it would take at least 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
You read
Probably.
7, 8, it would take 3 times at least.
So what to do? Just go ahead and talk and translate? We apologize for all those who didn't understand the English. My apologies. But we will translate the lecture. My humble apologies to all of you.
I will translate
The verse.
itself.
Okay.
Arī tā kā nav pieejams latviešu valodas tulkojums skaidrojumam, mēs tulkosim tikai pantu un visu turpmāko lekciju. Skoloties ļoti atvainojās visiem tiem, kur nesaprata angļu valodu. Tātad 5, 18, 9 panta tulkojums. Lai viscaur visumā izplatās labā vēsts un miers, un lai visas skaudīgās personas visā visumā iegūst mieru. Lai visas dzīvās būtnes nomierinās, praktizējot bhakti jogu un pieņemot garīgo kalpošanu Dievam, tādā veidā domājot par otra labklājību. Tāpēc iesaistīsimies visi, ka kalpošanā Dieva augstākajai personībai, kungam Šrī Krišnam, un vienmēr paliksim domās, vienmēr gremdēsimies domās par viņu.
So, now you can understand the inner meaning of Bahir Nasingo, Hridaye Nasingo.
Tagad jūs varat saprast dziļāko jēgu šai frāzei.
This is very powerful.
Tā ir ļoti spēcīga.
We're literally saying Nishinga within, Nishinga without.
Mēs tiešā veidā sakam, ka kungs Nisimha iekšā un kungs Nisimha ārā.
Actually, it's Bahir is outside Nishinga and Hridaya is inside Nishinga. Bahir is outside Nishinga and inside Nishinga.
Mantrā pirmais vārds ir Bahir, kas nozīmē ārā un pēc Bahir nozīmē iekšā.
So by this prayer, Prahlad Maharaj and anyone who's this mood is actually expressed by Prahlad in this verse, you see.
Un patiesībā šajā mantrā tiek izteikta Prahlādas noskaņa.
We are praying that our hearts may become completely pure.
Mēs lūdzam, lai mūsu sirdis to pilnībā tīras.
We want to totally revolutionize our own hearts.
Mēs vēlamies pilnībā revolucionizēt savas sirdis.
We want to get rid of all the lust,
Mēs gribam atbrīvoties no visa veida
all the
iekāras,
anger,
dusmām,
all the pride,
lepnuma,
all the egotism,
egoisma,
all the greed,
alkatības,
all the laziness,
slinkuma
all the craziness,
un trakuma,
all the envy,
skaudības,
all the fear.
bailēm.
We want to completely revolutionize our consciousness and get all of this dirt out of the heart.
Mēs vēlamies pilnībā veikt revolūciju savā apziņā un attīrīt to no visiem šiem netīrumiem.
And Bahir Nasingo, then we want to manifest the Krishna consciousness movement everywhere.
Un Bahir Nisimho, pēc tam mēs vēlamies izplatīt Krišnas apziņu it visur.
Prahlad wants that all the envious people should become pacified.
Prahlāda vēlas, lai visi skaudīgie personības, lai tās gūst mieru.
So the point is that to whatever extent you've revolutionized your own consciousness
Doma ir tāda, līdz tam līmenim, kad jūs esat spējuši veikt izmaiņas sevī,
by seriously taking shelter of Guru and Krishna,
nopietni pieņemot Guru un Krišnas patvērumu,
to that extent you will have the potency for making the world Krishna conscious.
un līdz tādam līmenim jums būs spējas veikt izmaiņas pasaulē.
So this actually works both ways.
Un patiesībā tas strādā apusēji.
The more you absorb yourself in trying to help others become Krishna conscious,
Jo vairāk jūs nododat sevi tam, ka mēģinat palīdzēt citiem kļūt
the more
Krišnas
you will
apziņā,
experience Krishna consciousness also.
jo vairāk jūs pats piedzīvojat Krišnas apziņu.
So this is a beautiful relationship between the inner consciousness and the outer world.
Un tās ir tādas brīnišķīgas attiecības un saikne starp iekšējo un ārējo pasauli vai
You
vidi.
keep trying to maximize your own Krishna consciousness,
Jūs mēģiniet, cik tas vien iespējams ir vairot savu Krišnas
and
apziņu.
you keep trying to maximize your spreading Krishna consciousness both.
Un tāpat jūs mēģināt vairot to, lai Krišnas apziņa izplatītos pēc iespējas vairāk. Abi
I
šie
remember
procesi.
I was giving a class like this in Kaunas,
Šādu veidu lekciju es tiku devis Kaunijā.
and our temple president, Sankirtan Das, he wanted to know what's the balance, how much you should work on revolutionize your consciousness and how much you should work on revolutionizing the world.
Kur Kaunas tempļa prezidents Sankirtandas vēlējās uzzināt, kāds tad ir līdzsvars starp to, kā veikt izmaiņas sevī un ārpus sevis.
So I said from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. revolutionize your consciousness.
Es teicu, no 4 rītā līdz 9 jūs veicat izmaiņas savā apziņā,
And from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. revolutionize the world.
un no 9 rītā līdz 6 vakarā ārā pasaulē.
And then from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. revolutionize your consciousness again.
Pēc tam atkal no 6 līdz 9 vakarā jūs veicat izmaiņas sevī, savā apziņā,
This is called the transcendental sandwich.
un to sauc par pārpasaulīgo sviestmaizi.
In the morning, you revolutionize your consciousness.
No rīta jūs veicat izmaiņas savā apziņā,
Then you engage in preaching activity for deliverance of all the fallen souls.
un pēc tam jūs iesaistaties sludināšanas darbībā, lai atbrīvotu visas kritušās dvēseles.
So in this way, you see, we can actually completely turn the world around.
Un redziet, šādā veidā mēs varam pilnībā izmainīt pasaulē pastāvošo kārtību.
Prabhupada even mentions here,
Prabhupāda šeit min,
he says, that he even mentions that about delivering all the living entities within the whole universe.
un viņš šeit piemin dzīvās būtnes visā visumā.
Can you imagine if we did that?
Vai varat iedomāties, ka mēs to spētu paveikt?
If we made the whole world Krishna conscious,
Ka mēs visu pasauli padarītu Krišnas apziņā?
in every parliament throughout the whole world they would have kirtan.
Ka katrā parlamentā notiktu kirtani,
All the prime ministers and the high court judges were all wearing tilak.
visi ministri un augstākās tiesneši nesātu tilakas,
Everybody's reading Prabhupada's books.
visi lasītu Prabhupādas grāmatas.
That's what Prahlāda is praying for here.
Tieši par to šeit Prahlāda arī lūdzas.
May all envious persons become pacified.
Lai visas skaudīgās personas gūst mieru.
He's praying that the whole world will become Krishna conscious.
Viņš lūdz, lai visa pasaule ir Krišnas apziņā.
So do you think that only Prahlāda can pray that prayer?
Vai jūs domājat, ka tikai Prahlāda var tā lūgties?
Or do you think that you can also pray that?
Vai jūs domājat, ka arī jūs tā varat darīt?
Would it be wrong for you to pray that prayer? What do you think?
Vai tas būtu nepareizi, ja jūs tā lūgtos? Kā jūs
I'm not
domājat?
supposed to pray that prayer.
Man tā nav jālūdzās.
Or you think you should pray that prayer? What
Vai-
is the opinion?
Vai pretēji, man ir tā jālūdzās? Kāds ir jūsu viedoklis?
What do you want? What is anybody's opinion? Is it okay that the devotees should pray? Or only let the advanced devotees pray that way, or Prahlāda?
Kāds ir jūsu viedoklis? Vai jebkurš bhakta var lūgties, vai tikai tas, kas jau ir nobriedis?
What is your opinion? Huh? Why do you say that? There's not, why do you
Viedoklis
say everyone should do?
ir, ka katrs var. Kāpēc jūs tā sakat? Tāds ir kunga Čaitaņas norādījums.
Well, I can tell you one thing. This Bahir Nisingha, Hridaye Nisingha is the same prayer in a compact way.
Var jums pateikt, lūko, ka šī mantra Bahirni Simho ir tieši tas pats, tikai citā veidā izteikts.
And it's part of our morning program. We all chant it every day.
Un tā kā tā ir daļa no mūsu rīta programmas, mēs to katru dienu atkārtojam.
So then the question is, so she just say it mechanically, or she understand what you're saying and say it with feeling?
Tad nākošais jautājums būtu, vai tas ir jāatkārto vienkārši mehāniski, vai tas ir jāsaka ar izpratni un saprotot to ar jūtām.
According to Prabhupada's purport, when you sing Bahir Nisingha, you're praying that all living entities can become delivered.
Saskaņā ar Prabhupādas teikto, kad jūs skandējat šo mantru, jūs lūdzat, lai visas dzīvās būtnes top atbrīvotas.
And when you pray Hridaye Nisingha, you're praying that you can get all the dirt out of your heart and become a pure devotee.
Un kad jūs dziedat mantras otro daļu, Hridaye Nisimho, jūs lūdzaties, lai visa netīrība no jūsu sirds tiek iztīrīta.
So now when you stand the Nishinga prayers in the temple, you can go to a new level of deeper understanding of what you're singing.
Un tagad, kad jūs rīta programmās dziedāsiet šo mantru, jūs to atkārtojot varat nonākt jaunā tās izpratnes līmenī.
Nasingha, Hridaye Nasingha. You're praying to become a pure devotee and praying that all living entities in the whole universe can become liberated.
Jūs lūdzaties, lai jūs kļūtu par tīru bhaktu un lai visas dzīvās būtnes visā visumā tiktu atbrīvotas.
Remember this during the morning program and when you chant the Nishinga prayers.
Atcerieties par šo tad, kad jūs no rītiem dziedāsiet šīs mantras.
And if you do so,
Ja jūs tā rīkosieties,
you'll have a great day
jums būs lieliska diena,
every day,
katra diena.
no matter what's going on.
Neraugoties uz to, kas notiek
If you're
apkārt.
in this mood of praying for pure devotion,
Ja jūs būsiet šādā noskaņojumā, ka
and
lūksiet
praying that all living entities in the whole universe can be delivered,
pēc tīras kalpošanas, un lai visas dzīvās būtnes visā visumā tiek atbrīvotas,
you'll never have a bad day ever again for all of eternity.
jums vairs nekad visā mūžībā nebūs nevienas sliktas dienas.
Because this consciousness will pull you out of the material nature.
Tāpēc, ka šāda apziņa viņi jūs izvedīs no materiālās pasaules.
It'll pull you into the mood of the pure devotees.
Un viņa jūs ievedīs tīra bhaktas noskaņā.
You think it's wrong to have the mood of the pure devotees?
Domājat, ir kaut kas slikts atrasties tīras bhaktas noskaņojumā?
No, we should cultivate the mood of the pure devotees.
Patiesībā nē, mums tieši būtu jākultivē šāda
Even though we're
apziņa.
not there yet,
Lai arī mēs neesam vēl tajā.
we're lazy, we're crazy, we're stupid, we're puffed up, all these bad qualities, isn't it?
Tā kā mūsos ir viss šīs sliktās īpašības, kā mēs esam slinki un uzpūtīgi un traki un tā tālāk, vai ne?
We got all this dirt in our hearts.
Mums ir tik daudz netīrības sirdīs.
We're contaminated.
Mēs esam aptraipīti.
We're disgusting.
Patiesībā mēs esam pretīgi vienkārši.
From the standpoint of pure bhakti, we are disgusting rascals.
No tīra bhaktijas skata punkta mēs vienkārši esam pretīgi nejēgas.
But if we pray for pure devotion,
Bet ja mēs lūdzam tīru kalpošanu Dievam,
do you think Krishna will notice?
domājat, Krišna pamanīs to?
Krishna will bless you like anything.
Protams, viņš svētīs jūs kā nevienu.
If you pray that you can become a pure devotee,
Ja jūs lūgsties, lai taptu par tīru Dieva kalpu,
and if you pray for the deliverance of all the fallen souls throughout the whole universe,
un jūs lūdzaties par visām nabaga dvēseliem visā plašajā visumā,
I guarantee you, you'll be showered with the special blessings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every minute.
es garantēju jums, ka kungs Čaitaņas Mahaprabhu īpašā žēlsirdība līs pār jums ik mirkli.
If you will keep this mood always going on in your heart.
Ja jūs vienmēr sirdī būsiet tādā noskaņojumā.
Bhakirna Singha Hridayena Singha. With meaning and understanding.
Ar izpratni par šo mantru.
So perhaps there's some questions.
Iespējams, ir radušies kādi jautājumi.
You're next.
Srila Gurudev, thank you. To pray in such a mood, well, philosophically I accept that's a very high level, but that means such a person should see at the same time that that person is a rascal on the one hand, and on the other hand, so many rascals around. So,
please save all of us rascals, Lord.
yeah, but if there, then, so that mood means so it is kind of very negative. On the one hand, one must admit that there is so many negative things. How through that negativity to see something, how to get inspired, how to get inspiration, because then I have...
Nasinga. There's the inspiration, there's Shringadev, Lord Krishna.
I mean, that's very high level to see things like that.
Yeah. It's very hard. That's my retreat. That's why we have classes. We're going to raise your consciousness.
So how to avoid getting into depression from seeing that everything is just rascals and nothing else is left? I'll translate. Filozofiski es pieņemu to, ko es dzirdu, bet es redzu, ka tas ir ļoti augsts līmenis, jo tas prasa no vienas redzēt, ka tu pats esi nejēga, un te pašā laikā tu redzi, cik daudz ir nejēgu apkārt, un tu lūdzies glāb mūs visus nejēgas. Bet tas nozīmē, ka tu esi visu laiku tādā, nekā priecīgi jau nav šajā pasaulē, vienkārši viss ir negatīvi. Tad jābūt ļoti augstam līmenim, lai redzot, cik viss ir negatīvi, lūgtos un gūtu tajā kādu prieku un iedvesmu.
Skolotāja atbild ir jā, tas ir ļoti augsts līmenis, bet tāpēc jau es sniedzu šo lekciju, lai paceltu jūsu kopējo līmeni. Un kā tad pārvarēt, nekrist depresijā šajā situācijā? Jā, jums ir jāsmaļās spēks no Nrisimha.
I don't want to think I'm a rascal.
Es negribu domāt, ka es nejēga.
That'll be too depressing.
Tas ir pārāk nomācoši.
I want to think I'm a great Paramahamsa.
Es gribu domāt, ka esmu dižants Paramahamsa.
That'll fire me up.
Jo tas mani iedvesmos.
Well, good luck.
Lai jums veicās.
I can guarantee you this. The more you realize you are a rascal number one,
var jums garantēt, lūko, jo vairāk jūs domāsiet, ka jūs esat nejēga numur 1,
then you can actually become blissful.
Jo vairāk jūs varat kļūt tāds starojošs.
Because then you can take shelter of Krishna's name.
Jo tad jūs spējat patvērties Krishnas svētā vārda.
Like a helpless child crying for the mother.
Gluži kā bērns, kurš raud pēc savas mātes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. You see, when you feel like you're a complete basket case, that's when you can really call out for help for the mercy of the Lord. Basket case?
Jo vairāk jūs jūtaties kā tāds atkrituma mais, jo vairāk jūs spējat patvērties pie Krišnas.
You think Yeah, it's like when Gabada said, yeah, they just call me the Paramahamsa Brahmachari.
Kā šajā piemērā, kurš jau ir daudz izskanējis, ka es esmu Paramahamsa Brahmachari.
He blooped shortly after that.
Un īsi pēc tā viņš pameta
He
kustību.
was thinking, I'm really a rascal. I'm really a rascal.
Un vajadzēja domāt, ka es patiešām esmu nejēga.
He'd still be here. You see?
Viņš joprojām būtu ar mums.
The more you realize you're a rascal, the more you become blissful, actually.
Un patiesība ir tāda, jo vairāk jūs domājat, ka jūs esat nejēga, jo vairāk jūs topat
People have this
laimīgāks.
idea, I don't want to feel guilty that I'm a rascal because that'll be depressing.
Cilvēki domā, es negribu justies slikti par to, ka es esmu nejēga. Tas būtu tik nomācoši.
But Prabhupada explains in his Bhagavatam purport to feel regret about your fallen position is very good.
Bet Prabhupada tulkojumā Bhagavatam saka, ka justies slikti par savu kritušo stāvokli patiesībā ir ļoti labi.
Actually, the more you regret your fallen rascal position, the more you become surcharged by the energy of Krishna.
Un patiesībā, jo vairāk jūs nožēlojat šo stāvokli, kādā jūs esat, kādā jūs esat nejēga, jo vairāk jūs piepilda Krišnas svētlaime.
Then, Srila Gurudev, then how to avoid the trap which was once mentioned in that story when one devotee said, I'm so fallen, I'm the most fallen, and Prabhupada said, you are most nothing. So how to avoid
You're
this
not the most anything,
enjoying...
you're just simply insignificant.
Insignificant.
Now, he was proudly advertising how humble he was at what he was doing. Yeah, Prabhus, I really know that I'm the most fallen. I'm going to show off how humble I am, you see.
But I have heard these cases, but how to avoid, and I see it as a trap, how to avoid this enjoying how fallen I am. Jā, tad jautājums, kā lai izvairās no tām lamatām, ka tu sāc baudīt, cik es esmu kritis, es esmu pats kritušākais. Un ka tas ir...
Jo ir zināms arī piemērs par to, ka Prabhupādam, kāds no viņa skolniekiem teica, Prabhupād, es esmu pats kritušākais, uz ko viņš atbildēja, nē, tu vienkārši esi pats visnenozīmīgākais. Un skolotājs paskaidro, ka tas bija citā noskaņojumā, viņš vienkārši vēlējās reklamēt to, cik viņš ir pazemīgs un nenozīmīgs.
Prabhupada said, consider yourself a fool, but don't act like a fool.
Prabhupād ir teicis, uzskatiet sevi par nejēgu, bet nerīkojieties kā tāds.
Thank you.
Next.
Hare Krishna. Bieži vien manā dzīvē ir šādas situācijas, kad diskutējot par dažādiem jautājumiem ārpus bhaktu sabiedrības, es argumentēju savu teikto vai no rakstiem, vai no skolotāju dzirdētā. Un es saņemu sekojošus pārmetumus, ka kas tev savu domu nav, vai tev savs viedoklis nav, un kas tu esi kļuvis par kaut kādu fanātiķu, kurš tikai uz citu domām dzīvo. Jautājums. Ko atbildēt šiem cilvēkiem šādos gadījumos?
When I speak and preach to the outside persons, I base my arguments on scriptures and on what has been told by gurus. And usually I get answers, you don't have your own opinion, you're too fanatic, or what's happened with you? So the question is what to answer in those cases.
You got to become more expert preacher, that's all.
Jums vienkārši ir jākļūst labākam sludinātājiem, tas arī viss.
I got one letter from Prabhupada. In that letter, Prabhupada said that if you simply present these books with the best descriptive language, you'll be able to convince anyone, even an atheist, to purchase them.
Es personīgi no Prabhupāda saņēmu kādu vēstuli, kur viņš rakstīja, ja jūs varēsiet pasniegt šīs grāmatas ar vislabākajiem vārdiem, kā vislabāk tās noraksturot un aprakstīt, tad pat ateists taps pārliecināts.
So keep practicing.
Tāpēc vienkārši turpiniet trenēties.
And writing will also help you.
Un arī pierakstījums palīdzēs.
You write down your realizations in a journal.
Pierakstiet savas realizācijas atklāsmes tādā kā žurnālā.
It's really just a matter of being able to present in a language that's the best descriptive language. You have to learn how to be a master of presenting it and how to pick just the right words for that person.
Viss noslēpums ir tajā, un meistarība slēpjas tajā, ka jums ir jāprot atrast vajadzīgie vārdi priekš vajadzīgā cilvēka.
It's amazing what you can do if you can present things expertly.
Un tas ir apbrīnojami, ko jūs spējat paveikt, ja jūs spējat atrast īstos vārdus.
Poetically also, being poetic also helps too.
Un ļoti palīdz arī, ja jūs
Being
spējat,
clever with your words helps.
ja jūs spējat izteikties tā ļoti daļrunīgi un gudri.
I'll give you an example.
Sniegšu jums piemēru.
I was invited to go to a Christian church one time in Austin.
Vienreiz Ostinā, Teksasā, man uzaicināja sniegt lekciju kristiešu baznīcām.
To tell them about Krishna consciousness.
Un es viņiem stāstīju par Krišnas apziņu.
So I just glorified Jesus.
Un es šīs lekcijas laikā tātad godināju, cildināju kungu Jēzu
And they
Kristu.
were in bliss.
Un viņi bija vienkārši
Jesus is
svētlaimē.
our guru. Jesus is the Messiah. We take shelter of Jesus. We love Jesus. They were,
Jēzus ir mūsu guru, Jēzus ir mesija, Jēzus ir mūsu guru, mēs pieņemam patvērumu pie Jēzus. Viņi bija vienkārši ekstāzē.
Now, in English language, the word beef has a twofold meaning.
Un angļu valodā vārdam beef ir divas nozīmes.
It's the flesh of the cow.
Viens ir govs
It
miesa,
also means a complaint.
un tieši tāpat tas nozīmē arī tā kā sūdzība
So
vai
they were all in
pretenzija.
bliss. Oh, he loves Jesus. Oh, is that Hare Krishnas love Jesus?
Un tad, kad viņi bija šādās eiforiskā stāvoklī, ka Hare Krišnas viņi mīl Jēzu,
And they had these big, huge smiles on their faces.
un viņas sejas bija
They
pārņēmušas
were completely
smaidi,
mellowed out.
un viņi bija, tā teikt, pilnībā atmaiguši.
And then I said, but
Tad es teicu, bet
with you all,
bet man ar jums visiem,
we have a beef.
mums ir šāda pretenzija.
And that's the beef.
Un tā ir šī govs miesa, jo vārdam ir divas
Jesus
nozīmes.
says, thou shalt not kill, and you're all eating meat.
Ir teikts, bauslībā tev nebūs
But
nogalināts.
they were so mellowed out by the first part of the lecture, they just kept smiling.
Un pirmā lekcijas daļa viņus bija tik ļoti atmiekšķējusi, ka viņi turpināja vienkārši smaidīt.
This is cool poetry. The beef and the beef. Wow, what a cool use of words. The beef and the beef.
Viņi sajūsmājās par šo vārdu lietojumu, tā kā tā dairunību, ka
So they were so grateful. They just thanked me so much for coming out and telling them about Hare Krishna.
un viņi bija,
And they were happy to hear that it was wrong to eat meat.
un viņi bija tik priecīgi un tā tad tikties ar Hare Krišnu, un viņi bija arī pateicīgi par to uzzināt, ka tas ir nepareizi ēst gaļu.
Now, I could have done that when I was a brand new devotee.
Vai es to varētu paveikt, ja es būtu tāds iesācējs? Nē.
You have to practice as much as you can, you see.
Jums ir jātrenējās, cik daudz jums ir tādas
I've
iespējas.
been a devotee for like 25 years when I did that. you see.
Tajā brīdī es biju praktizējis vismaz jau 25
So
gadu
the idea
garumā.
is preach as much as you can every day.
Mēģiniet sludināt, cik daudz tas ir iespējams katru dienu,
Preaching is an art.
jo sludināšana tā ir
It's
māksla.
like a baseball player, you know.
Kā piemēram
The
beisbola
more you practice,
spēlētājs.
the better you get.
Jo vairāk jūs trenēties, jo
So
labāk
you
jūs
got to
topat.
practice.
Jums ir jātrenējās.
And pretty soon you'll be hitting those home runs every time, you see.
Un tad jūs varēsiet katru reizi būt rezultatīvs.
You know what a home run is?
Ziniet, kas ir šis
It's American baseball.
Amerikas beisbola spēlē?
That's when you connect with the bat and the ball goes all the way out of the park.
Ir šāds termins home run, kas nozīmē, ka komanda gūs punktu un viņa ir rezultatīva.
So Guru Mataji had a point, yeah. The microphone, yeah.
Bahina Singha Hridayena Singha. We pray that, so can one understand, if it's one is not very advanced, at least one can understand to this level, that my Narsingha, Lord Narsingha, purify my heart and protect me from externals.
Yes?
Tātad šo mantru, ja mēs nespējam to saprast tik dziļi, kā mēs runājām, viņi var saprast arī tādā veidā, ka mēs lūdzam kungam Nrisimham, lai viņš mūs iekšēji palīdz un aizsargā mūs no ārējām briesmām.
But why would you not want to follow Lord Chaitanya's order?
Lai viņš attīra mūs sirdi un aizsargā no ārējām briesmām.
Deliver the people of the world. That's his order. Jari Deka Tarika Krishna Upadesh.
Bet kungs Chaitanya ir devis tādu norādījumu, ka mums ir
Why would
jāatbrīvo
you not
visas
want to
dzīvās
embrace Lord
būtnes.
Chaitanya's order?
Kāpēc jūs negribat...
Srila Prabhupada says in the Kali Yuga, surrendering to Krishna means Jari Deka Tarika Krishna Upadesh. That is surrendering.
Kāpēc jūs negribat uzticēt sevi Krišnam un pieņemt kungs Chaitanyas norādījumu? Jo Krišna ir teicis, ka atbrīvot dzīvās būtnes šajā laikmetā, tā ir veids, kā viņam kalpot.
But I said that in the neophyte stage, when one is not that qualified for Bahar Narsingha or Hriday Narsingha, revelized Narsingha, whole place, can we just beg the mercy?
I already said yes.
Okay.
But there's a big but that goes along with it.
Don't get the buts.
And that is, go with the Harinam party. You can
is
immediately
there.
go out with a Harinam party.
That is there.
You can immediately go out with a book distribution party. Immediately. Why do
Right.
you have to wait? Well, I'll go on Harinam after I've been a devotee for 5 years. No, immediately go with the Harinam.
You can go out on Harinam, that's okay. But at least when danger happens, we do pray Nrsingadev, call out Nrsingadev for protection.
Yeah. That's all right. That's but one should come to the platform of Majjhima Nikari as soon as possible, of trying to give Krishna to others. Why are you just thinking about your own liberation?
I'm just thinking about Gundicha Marjanam.
Who?
Gundicha Marjanam, Lord Chaitanya showed that.
Yeah.
They're cleaning the temple of the heart first and not leave any dirt outside.
Although we do that, that's the morning program.
Yes.
We all wait till 9 o'clock. We purify our hearts. Then it's go out and save the world. From 4 to 9, save yourself. From 9 to 5, go out and save the world. That's our philosophy.
But if you have a dirt outside, we have to cleanse that first too.
The more you engage in preaching activities, that will help you to advance in Krishna consciousness. That's a pen.
It can have two effects.
It works both ways. The more you need to translate part of this. Yeah.
Tātad tāds kopsavilkums, Gurumāts saka, kā jau es teicu, šī mantra, viņu tā var izprast iesācēju līmenī, bet skolotājs saka, jā, es tam piekrītu, bet tas nāk kopā ar lielu bet, ka ir jāpilda kunga Čaitaņas norādījums un jāpalīdz apkārtējām būtnēm. Un to var darīt arī iesācējs tulīt, piemēram, ejot ārā Harināmā, izplatot grāmatas, tur nav jānobriest tam.
The more you purify your heart, Hridayena Singha, the more you become powerful to preach, but here in the Singha.
Jo vairāk jūs tātad attīrat savu sirdī, jo spēcīgāk jūs spējat palīdzēt citiem.
And the more you preach, but here in the Singha, the more your heart will become purified, Hridayena Singha.
Un jo vairāk jūs tātad lūdzat Simham, lai viņš tātad palīdz apkārtējiem, jo vairāk tīrās jūsu sirds.
It works both ways.
Tas
It's a
strādā
two-way
abos
street.
virzienos.
But if somebody is weak, they can be carried away the other
Then
side.
they can go out with an advanced preacher and help and be an assistant.
Bet kā situācijā, ja viņi paši ir vāji un viņi nevar rīkoties, tad viņiem ir jāpieņem vecākā palīdzība un kopā ar viņu tas
If you
jādara.
can't distribute books, then you load the book bags for the book distributors.
Ja jūs nevarat izplatīt grāmatas, tad jūs vienkārši pielādējat somas tiem, kas viņas izplata.
That's right.
Or you buy their tickets for them to go traveling and preaching.
Vai jūs pērkat viņiem biļetes, lai viņi var braukt un sludināt?
Another question here. Shamakunda has.
Huh?
Shamakunda has a
We
question.
have a question here. Okay.
Shamakunda first.
Shamakunda from South Africa.
No Dienvidāfrikas jautājums.
Okay.
Is it necessary that everyone becomes Gaudiya
I
Vaishnava?
can't hear you. Let me just read it off the computer.
Okay.
Is it necessary that everyone becomes a Gaudiya Vaishnava?
Vai ir nepieciešams, lai ik viens kļūtu par Gaudija Vaišnava sekotāju, Gaudija Vaišnavismu sekotāju?
For what not necessary to go back to Godhead, or necessary in what sense?
Jūs domājat, vajadzība kāpēc, lai atgrieztos pie Dieva, vai kādā
He has
nozīmē jūs to
further
domājat?
question.
My understanding was that as long as people follow the scriptures perfectly and develop love for God, that is the perfection.
Man izpratne ir tāda, ka ja cilvēks perfekti izprot rakstus un rīkojas saskaņā ar to, tiem tā arī ir pilnība.
So they have to all become ISKCON devotees, one could ask.
Tātad jautājumu varat pārfrēzēt, vai visiem ir jākļūst par ISKCON biedriem?
Our mission is not that everyone should become an ISKCON devotee,
Nē, mēs nesakām, ka katram ir jākļūst par ISKCON biedru.
but our mission is that everybody should follow the regulated principles and chant the holy names of God.
Un tā nav mūsu misija visu padarīt par ISKCON biedriem, bet mūsu misija ir, lai ik viens ievērot regulējošos principus un daudzināt Dieva svēto vārdu.
They can remain as Christians and as Muslims and as Jews and whatever they are, but they need to give up illicit sex, meeting, intoxication, and gambling, and absorb themselves in chanting the holy names of God according to their tradition.
Viņi to var darīt, paliekot savā reliģijā, kā kristieši, musulmaņi un tā tālāk, bet viņiem ir jāievēro 4 regulējošie principi un jādaudzina Dieva svētais vārds saskaņā ar savu reliģiju.
Srila Prabhupada appreciated the Muslim prayers when he was in Tehran.
Piemēram, Šrila Prabhupāda ļoti novērtēja musulmaņu lūgsnes, kad viņš bija Teherānā,
And he
Irānā.
appreciated the piety of Christians also.
Tāpat arī viņš novērtēja kristiešu dievbijību.
But the principles of Vaishnavism, they're universal. They have to be accepted by everyone.
Bet galvenais princips, ja pamatprincips ir tāds, ka vaišnavi ir jāpieņem ikvienam. Vaishnavism principi jāpieņem ikvienam.
Prabhupada, the Christians want to eat meat, they have to let the animals die naturally. They can't kill them.
Piemēram, ja kristieši vēlas turpināt ēst gaļu, tad viņiem tas ir jādara tādā veidā, ka viņi ļauj dzīvniekiem ir dabīgā nāve un pēc tam lietot viņus.
It would still be sinful because it's not prasadam, but it's not nearly as sinful as killing the animals and eating them.
Un lai arī tas joprojām tā būs grēcīga darbība, jo tā nebūs prasāda, bet tā nebūs ne tuvu tik grēcīga darbība kā tad, kad dzīvnieks tiek nokauts.
They can all remain within their own traditions, but these Gaudiya Vaishnava principles should become universal.
Viņi var palikt savās tradīcijās, bet Gaudiya Vaishnavism principiem ir jākļūst par pamatu.
Lord Chaitanya said there are hundreds and thousands of names for God, and they all have the same power and potency. Lord Chaitanya said there are many millions of names for God, and they all have the power and the potency.
Kungs Chaitanya ir teicis, ka Dievam ir tūkstošiem un miljoniem vārdu, bet tiem visiem ir vienāda
So if they want
vara.
to chant Christ or they want to chant Allah, we have no objection.
Vai kāds daudzina vārdu Kristus vai Allaks, mums nav iebildumu.
But they have to give up sinful activities.
Bet ir jāatsakās no grēcīgās darbības.
Next question.
Nākšais jautājums.
Arunta.
Now we'll go to locals again. Okay. Gurdas.
In this regard, I would like to add, is it correctly to object in this case that a reference that he said that following the scriptures, but Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 2nd chapter, says that Vedas deal mainly with the 3 modes of material nature. So the reference point, is it that we should be very careful when we say we refer our arguments just to scriptures, although Krishna says
The Vedas, just like the Bible and the Quran, cater to materialistic desires. The Vedas also, a portion of the Vedas also did them. Yeah. You have to capture the essence of the scriptures.
Mana piebilde, vai es pārjautāju, tur bija atsauce uz to, ka, ja tu seko rakstiem, tad viss ir labi. Bet Krišna Bhagavad Gītā 2. nodaļā saka, ka Vēdas pārsvarā apraksta, kā dzīvot runā par 3 materiālās dabas gunām. Un ļoti neliela daļa Vēdu runā tikai par attiecībām ar Dievu.
So now we have Arinta's question. Please tell what was the reason when you decided to give your life to Srila Prabhupada. Why did you give your life to Prabhupada? Understand? Why did I give my life to Srila Prabhupada?
I will translate the last answer. I didn't translate the
Oh,
last
okay,
answer.
sorry.
Tātad skolotāja atbilde bija tāda, tāpat kā Vēdās ir daļa attiecībā uz materiālajām vēlmēm, tāpat arī Bībelē un Korānā ir klātesošas šīs lietas, tāpēc cilvēkam jābūt ļoti uzmanīgam.
So the question is, why did I give my life to Srila Prabhupada?
Jautājums ir tāds, kāpēc man uzticēt savu dzīvi Šrilam Prabhupādam?
And did that motive change over time?
Un vai šis motīvs var mainīties laika gaitā?
The answer is the motive has not changed.
Jautājums ir, nē, motīvs nav mainījies.
As a youth back in 1968,
Jo tāpat kā 1968. gadā,
looking out at the world situation,
raugoties uz pasaulē esošo situāciju,
I realized the only meaningful life that I could live
es sapratu, ka vienīgā jēgpilnā dzīve, kādu es varu dzīvot,
would be to make a spiritual revolution on this planet.
ir tikai tad, ja es varu veikt revolūciju uz šīs pasaules.
I had previously thought of going to India and becoming a holy beggar, a sadhu.
Es biju domājis par to, ka ir jādodās uz Indiju un jākļūst par svēto, kurš lūdz žēlstības dāvanas par sadhu.
Through a process of neti-neti, denying all forms of material sense
Un
gratification.
tas bija šis process netī, kad noliedz visa veida materiālās maņu apmierināšanas.
But one night I realized the perfection of denial was to deny denial also.
Bet cilvēks nesaprot, ka būtība šai noliekšanas filozofija ir, ka tad tev ir jānoliedz arī šī pati noliekšanas filozofija.
So then, instead of wanting to leave the world, I wanted to stay in the world and try to be a part of a spiritual revolution to save the world.
Un tāpēc tā vietā, lai noliektu pasauli, es sapratu, ka es gribu būt daļa no garīgās revolūcijas un glābt pasauli.
I felt there was some great spiritual personalities in San Francisco who were calling me to join them.
Un es uzzināju, ka San Francisco ir dižana svēta personība, un es sekoju tātad aicinājumam doties uz turieni.
So I gave up my plan to go to India and be a holy beggar.
Es atteicos no šīs domas doties uz Indiju, lai svētu par
And I hitchhiked to San Francisco to join these great saintly persons.
lai kļūtu par svēto tātad dāvanu lūdzēju un devos šīm personām līdz uz San
And as soon
Francisco.
as I got to San Francisco, I met them. I met the Harinam party.
Un atrodoties jau San Francisco, es satiku šos cilvēkus, satiku Harināmas grupu.
But I was so covered by Mayavadi philosophy,
Bet es biju tik ļoti maidīgi filozofijas pārņemts.
I thought I was Krishna.
Es domāju, ka esmu pats Krišna.
And I couldn't accept that these were the people.
Un es nevarēju pieņemt šos cilvēkus
I didn't
vienkārši.
know where the people were.
Es nezināju, kas tie tādi bija.
So on my own endeavor, I tried to bring about a spiritual revolution on this planet.
Un tā es ar saviem spēkiem mēģināju turpināt īstenot garīgo revolūciju šīs pasaules.
And I wasn't able to do so.
Bet man tas nekād neizdevās.
And at a certain point, I was just praying for the Lord to guide me. How I realized the perfection of my existence would be to become a perfect servant of God.
Un kaut kādā brīdī es sāku Dievam lūgties, lai viņš mani vada un lai es varu kļūt par pilnīgu šajā ceļā.
So I prayed to God to guide me how I could become His perfect servant.
Un tā es lūdzu kungam, lai viņš mani vada, kā lai es topu par pilnīgu viņa
And He
kalpu.
perfectly reciprocated with my prayer
Un viņš pilnīgā veidā atbildēja manai
by
lūgšanai,
sending Vishnu Janaswami to Austin,
atsūtot Visnu Džanasvami uz
who
Ostinu,
convinced me that this was the actual spiritual revolution that I was meant to help promote.
kurš pārliecināja mani, ka šobrīd notiek tāda patiesa īstena garīgā revolūcija, kurai man ir jāpievienojās.
So I came for the purpose of making a spiritual revolution on this planet. That's why I joined this movement.
Un tā kā es vēlējos veikt garīgu revolūciju šajā pasaulē, tamdēļ es arī pievienojos šai
And my
kustībai.
motive is not changed.
Un mana motivācija nav
I still want to
mainījusies.
make a spiritual revolution on
Es
this planet.
joprojām vēlos veikt šādu revolūciju uz šīs
I'm asking you
pasaules.
all that we can all work together to do that.
Un es visiem šeit vaicāju, vai jūs vēlaties pievienoties, lai mēs to varam darīt kopīgi
Bahirna Singha Hridayena Singha.
ar šo mantru.
Revolutionize your heart
Veiciet revolūciju savās sirdīs
and revolutionize the world.
un revolucionizējiet
If we all
pasauli.
work together as a team,
Ja mēs visi strādāsim kopā kā komanda,
we can do it.
mēs to spēsim
We can
īstenot.
pull off the greatest paradigm shift that's ever happened in the history of, at least in this Kali, the last 5,000 years, Kali Yuga.
Mēs īstenosim tādu lielāku, būs tāds lielākais lūzuma punkts,
Or
pavērsiens
or even
5000
we
gadu
can pull
laikā.
off the greatest paradigm shift in the history of the whole universe.
Un tā tad noteikti Kalijugas laikā pilnīgi iespējams, ka pat visā visuma vēsturē.
If we all work together following Prabhupada's teachings,
Ja mēs visi kopā strādāsim šīs Prabhupādas norādījuma vadībā,
Lord Chaitanya will give us his Shakti, Gora Shakti.
Kungs Čaitanya dos mums Shakti, šo Gaura Shakti.
And then it will be also actually possible to attract every living entity in the entire universe to Krishna consciousness.
Un tas taps iespējams piesaistīt tik vienu dzīvo būtni viscaur visā visumā
So
Krišnas
that's my
apziņai.
mission.
Tāda ir mana misija.
Prabhupada gave us that mission.
Prabhupāda mums ir devis šo misiju.
He said, he told us, his disciples, he said, become guru and deliver the whole world.
Viņš mums saviem skolniekiem ir teicis, topiet par guru un atbrīvojiet visu pasauli.
So that's what I'm here for,
Tāpēc es esmu šeit,
to deliver the whole world.
lai atbrīvotu visu
That's
pasauli.
why I'm living.
Tieši tāpēc es
I have,
vispār
no
elpoju.
I have no reason to live in this world except for delivering it. No other reason at all.
Man nav cita iemesla šeit atrasties un dzīvot, kā tikai šis iemesls.
Any other questions?
Vēl kāds jautājums? I have a question.
She has another question.
Another question from Arinta. Okay. What is the reason we can serve Krishna only through his devotees?
Kāpēc mēs varam Krišnam kalpot tikai caur viņa kalpiem? Kāds ir iemesls?
That you'll have to ask Krishna,
Tas ir jāprasa pašam Krišnam,
because that's his order.
jo tā ir viņa pavēle.
Unless you're the devotee of my devotee, you're not my devotee.
Kamēr jūs neesat mana kalpa kalps, jūs neesat mans kalps.
So when you become a completely pure devotee,
Tāpēc mums ir jābūt pilnībā
and Krishna
tīriem
reveals
kalpiem,
himself to you,
lai Krišna jums atklātos,
you can ask him,
un tad jūs spēsiet viņam
because he's the one who
pajautāt,
set the policy.
jo tādu viņš ir iedibinājis kārtību.
If you want to be my devotee, you have to be the devotee of my devotee.
Kāpēc ir tā tad jābūt kalpa
But actually, I'll tell
kalpam?
you right now
Bet
why.
pēcībā es jums
Why Krishna
aiztaupīšu
says that.
laiku un pateikšu, kāpēc viņš tā ir teicis.
Because Krishna loves his devotees.
Jo Krišna ļoti mīl savus kalpus.
He loves his devotees so much.
Viņš tik ļoti tos mīl.
He wants to see that they become more loved even than he is, because he loves them so much.
Viņš tik ļoti tos mīl, ka viņš vēlas redzēt, ka viņi tiek mīlēti vairāk nekā viņš pats.
That's why.
Tieši tāpēc.
Yeah.
Could it be also that we are so puffed up, surrendering to the devotee makes us humble to accept the orders?
Vai varētu būt tā, ka mēs esam tik ļoti palikuši lepni, ka mums ir jāspēj kalpot otram, lai mēs kļūtu pazemīgi?
Absolutely.
Pilnīgi noteikti.
We are so puffed up.
Mēs esam tik ļoti iedomīgi.
We are horribly puffed up.
Mēs esam vienkārši ārkārtīgi iedomīgi.
So surrendering to the devotee helps us become humble.
Tāpēc tāda kā kalpošana otram, sevis uzticēšana otram ļauj mums kļūt pazemīgākiem.
Because we have come down here wanting to be the masters and lords. So surrender is very difficult.
Un tā kā mēs esam ieradušies šeit, lai būtu kungi un valdītāji par visu, ir ļoti grūti kādam sevi tā kā pakļaut.
I came to this material world because I think I am God.
Es ierados šajā materiālā pasaulē tāpēc, ka es domāju, ka es esmu Dievs.
So to get back to the servant of the servant, that's a big, huge transition.
Un tāpēc atkal atgriezties šajā stāvoklī, kļūt par kalpu, tas ir tik grūti.
We need a lot of help. We need the Guru's help, the Vaishnava's help.
Un mums ir vajadzīga
help us cross that huge ocean.
Un mums ir vajadzīga visi iespējamā palīdzība, guru palīdzība, citu Vaishnava palīdzība, lai mēs varētu šķērsot šo bezgalīgo okeānu.
Any other questions?
I have a question, which I was asked to ask you in regards to the yesterday's question. So, if Son of Krishna consciousness starts to rise in our hearts, is it inevitably that it will fully manifest in our hearts, or we can stop that process by our actions or inactions?
You have to, if you want this process, if you want Krishna consciousness fully awakened in your heart, you have to steadily engage in devotional service. You can have a partial awakening and then veer off the path and close down your spiritual progress.
Tātad jautājums. Vai šī Krišnas apziņas saule sāk uzliekt mūsu sirdīs, vai tas ir nenovēršami? Kā tā pilnībā uzausīs, vai arī mēs ar kādu savu darbību vai bezdarbību varam apturēt tās pilnīgu uzaušanu?
I've been practicing steadily for 45 years now.
Atbilde ir, ka šim procesam jābūt pastāvīgam, nepārtrauktam. Ja jūs to apturēsiet, tad apturēsies arī pats process. Es pats jau praktizēju 45 gadu garumā.
But what if I went out and, went to a liquor shop, went to a hamburger joint or a prostitute house or whatever, I could fall down if I stopped the process.
Un es, piemēram, ja es aizietu uz kādu alkoholisko dzērienu veikalu, apēstu hamburgerus vai aizietu uz bordeli, es kristu.
You got to stay steady in this process.
Tāpēc šajā procesā ir jābūt pastāvīgiem.
If you veer off from the path, then you lose it.
Ja jūs noejat no ceļa, jūs to pazaudējat.
Got to be very careful, just like a mountain climber. If you get off the path, you fall off the cliff.
Ir jābūt ļoti uzmanīgam, gluži kā alpinistam. Ja viņš nokrīt no tās savas trases, viņš nogāžās no kalna.
Until you actually go back to Godhead, you can fall down at any time.
Un patiesībā šajā ceļā atpakaļ pie Dieva mēs varam krist ik mirkli.
Got to be very, very careful.
Ir jābūt ļoti, ļoti uzmanīgiem.
One time, in my younger days, I proudly told my godbrother, I was thinking, oh yes, now I'm advanced. I was very little puffed up, very puffed up.
Es, kad savās iesākumos biju ļoti tāds iedomīgs.
I was proudly thinking, oh yes, my material desires are now finished.
Un es ar lepnību domāju, ka manas materiālās vēlmes ir izbeigušās.
I told my godbrother proudly, yes, I'm over the hill now. I'm over the hill. In other words, my material desires are gone. I'm over the hill.
Un es kādam no saviem garīgajiem brāļiem pateicu, es esmu pārvarējis šo kalnu, domāts, manas vēlmes ir uzvarētas.
My grandbrother chuckled a little bit and he said, yeah, over the hill, but not out of the woods.
Un mans garīgais brālis tā pasmējās, un viņš lietoja tādu daļrunību, pasakot, jā, tu esi pāri kalnam, bet vēl joprojām maldies pa mežiem.
Thinking, yes, now I'm an advanced devotee.
Jo es domāju, ka esmu jau patiešām tāds pilnveidojies kalps.
He reminded me, you're not as advanced as you think you were.
Bet viņš man atgādināja, tu nemaz neesi tik ļoti attīstījies, kā tu pats domā.
So this is a warning for everyone.
Un tas ir brīdinājums ikvienam no mums.
You may think you're an advanced devotee now,
Jūs varat šobrīd uzskatīt, ka esat ļoti nobriedis bhakta,
but you're not out of the woods yet. You're still in the material nature. You got to be very careful.
bet jūs vēl neesat izgājis no meža, jūs vēl maldaties. Jūs vēl atrodaties materiālās dabas ietvaros.
Next question.
Nākšais jautājums.
Time is up. I'll squeeze in one more. We have 30 seconds.
Pēdējais jautājums, 30 sekundes.
She hasn't asked one yet. She hasn't asked. Gurdas has asked many.
Can I ask for clarification? So the prayers that Christians have, the traditional, like the rosary, for example, it is their way of chanting the Lord's name, or they should do it in some other way?
Rosary is, what do they chant on the rosary? What is the prayer, do you know?
Holy Mary and...
There's definitely benefit. They're praying to a sadhu, a great saint. Mary is a great saint. I don't know the prayers.
In English, I don't know.
But Prabhupada, they're actually, they also have a Jesus prayer that they sing, they pray. And Prabhupada appreciated it. So there's some prayer they have like, Lord Jesus, may Lord Jesus have mercy upon me. So these are very nice things. But if they think, what is the mood? If you're praying to get material desires fulfilled, then it's bad. Even if you're chanting Hare Krishna to pray to have material desires fulfilled, it's bad. If you're praying to develop pure love for God, then it's good. Yeah?
Pray also that we will bless you, dear Lord.
Oh, that was some ridiculous Christians. I was at one time, many years ago, I was doing a business as a householder. I had a travel agency. Yeah, okay.
Tātad jautājums bija par to, ka tātad es gribēju precizēt, ko lūdz kristieši, skaitot rožu kroni. Skolotājs prasā, ko viņi tieši lūdz, es īsti nezinu, bet katrā ziņā viņi lūdzās sadū svētajam, un tas ir ļoti svētīgi. Un Šrila Prabhupāda ļoti novērtēja kristiešu lūgšanas Jēzum Kristum. Bet viena lieta, ka svarīgi saprast ir, lai nelūgtu pēc materiālajām vēlmēm, tad tas nav tik labi. Un arī, ja jūs lūdzu Hare Krishna, saņemt materiālas vēlmes, tas arī nav labi.
Many years ago, I had a business called Travel Rama.
Tātad man bija kāds bizness, kas saucās Travel Rama, jeb ceļojuma birojas.
Supporting our preaching center with a business.
Un tas bija daļa no mūsu sludināšanas centra uzņēmējdarbības.
And I went on what's called a familiarization tour for travel agents. I went on a Holy Land tour of Israel.
Un es tātad pārdevu šādus te svētceļojumus uz svēto zemi Izraēlu.
Along with other travel agents.
Kopā ar citiem tāda tirniecības aģentiem.
And we were out in a boat on the Sea of Galilee where Lord Jesus, it's a holy place because Jesus walked on water there.
Jā, skolotais bija aizbraucis šādā te tūrē kopā ar citiem gidiem, un viņi bija Galilejas jūrā, kur Kristus bija staigājis pa ūdeni.
And a bunch of these ladies, I was so disgusted.
Un man bija pilnīgi vērot, kā tur vesels bars sieviešu.
They were singing, I will bless thee, O Lord.
Viņas dziedāja tādu dziesmu, es svētīšu kungu.
They were saying they will bless Jesus.
Viņas dziedāja, ka viņas dos svētību Jēzum.
I couldn't believe some nonsense Christian song. They're going to bless Jesus.
Es vienkārši biju šokāts, tas bija kaut kāds ārprātīgs dziesmu, kā viņi svētīs kungu Jēzu.
No philosophy at all. I mean, just completely crazy, nuts.
Tas neiztur nekādu filozofisko kritiku, tas vienkārši ir vājprāts. Jūs nevarat svētīt kungu Jēzu.
Sinful meat-eating rascal. You're going to bless Jesus.
Jūs gaļas ēdājs grēcinieks. Kā jūs varat svētīt
Jēzu? You have to pray for his blessings. You can become pure.
Jums ir jājūtas pēc viņa svētības, lai jūs attīrītos.
So within Christianity and Islam and Judaism and Hinduism, Sikhism, Jainism, they need a lot of training. They don't understand what is pure devotional service.
Un tā šajās nosauktajās reliģijās cilvēkiem ir nepieciešams saņemt ļoti daudz apmācības, jo viņi neizprot īsti jēgu.
I know very well. I grew up as a Christian.
Un es to ļoti labi zinu, jo es pats augu kristīgajā atmosfērā. Cilvēkiem nav ne mazākās nojāgas par to, kas ir tīri garīgā kalpošana Dievam. Mana mamma apmācīja mani, kā lūgt Dievu, kad es biju mazs bērns. Viņa prasīja, Stīvī, ko tu vēlies Ziemassvētkos? Māmiņa, es gribu kauboju zābaciņus. Labi, Stīvī, tagad lūdzies katru vakar Dieviņam šos kauboju zābaciņus.
That's how I was trained as a child.
Lūk, kā mani apmācīja, kad es biju
Dear
bērns.
God, please give me a pair of cowboy boots for Christmas.
Mīļais Dievs, lūdzu Ziemassvētkos uzdāvini man kauboju
And sure
zābakus.
enough, what was under the tree on Christmas morning?
Un kā jūs domājat, kas Ziemassvētku rītā bija zem eglītes?
A pair of cowboy boots from a slaughtered cow.
Tur bija ādas zābaki, kas bija no nogalinātas govs
My mother
uztaisīta
wanted to
ādas.
teach me to believe in God.
Un tādā veidā māma man mēģināja
So
iemācīt
what kind
ticību
of
Dievam.
rubbish is this?
Kas tas par,
This is
vaiprātu?
not God consciousness.
Tā nav Dievs apziņa.
This is cowboy boot consciousness.
Tā ir kauboja zābaku apziņa.
So this is what's going on in the churches and the synagogues and the mosques and the temples all over the
Un
world.
tieši tas notiek visā plašajā pasaulē, baznīcās, sinagogos
These
un
ministers and
mošajās.
rabbis and imams and priests and even practically all the gurus also in the Hindu tradition, they're all teaching this approaching God to fulfill material desires. It's completely bogus rubbish.
Visi šie rabīni, imāmi, priesteri un pat arī hinduismā guru māca visu šīs muļķības.
Like the Muslims are
materiālās
praying they can
vēlmes.
blow up the World Trade Center, What kind of nonsense is it? They're praying they can blow up the World Trade Center.
Jo, piemēram, taču musulmaņi lūdzās, lai viņi varētu uzspridzināt šo tirniecības centrus. Kas tas par
What kind
vaiprātu?
of garbage is this?
Kas tas par atkritumiem kaut kādiem?
Real prayer means to pray for pure bhakti.
Īsta lūkšana nozīmē lūgt pēc tīra bhaktī.
Devotees are also guilty of this sometimes.
Un ar bhaktas arī dažreiz grēkotajām.
I know because people write me all the time.
Es zinu, jo cilvēki visu laiku man sūta
Why
vēstules.
God didn't answer my prayers.
Kāpēc Dievs neatbildēja manām lūkšanām?
They're praying for the wrong things.
Viņi lūdz nepareizās
You
lietas.
should only pray for pure bhakti.
Būtu jālūdz tikai tīrs bhaktī Dievam.
If you do that, your mind will become completely peaceful.
Un ja jūs tā rīkosties, jūs prāts
Krishna will
kļūst
give you
pilnībā
everything you
mierīgs.
need.
Un Krishna apgādās jūs ar visu,
But
kas
you
jums ir
start praying for
nepieciešams.
this and that and this and that, your mind will be agitated and you won't go back to Godhead.
Bet ja jūs lūgsties pēc tā un citām lietām, tad jūsu prāts vienkārši būs nemierīgs un jūs
You
neatgriezīsieties
should
atpakaļ
only
pie Dieva.
pray for pure devotion and nothing else.
Ja mums ir jālūdzās tikai pēc tīras kalpošanas Dievam
Except
un
for one
nekā
other
cita.
thing.
Izņemot vēl vienu
You
lietu.
can pray that all living entities in this world can become to live.
Mēs varam lūgties arī, lai visas dzīvās būtnes visumā taptu atbrīvot un vietos pie Dieva.
Nasingo hridaye nasinga. Thank you very much.
Liels jums paldies!
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.